I call this the magic of sales, and there's five parts to the magic of sales. So in order for you to be a high performance, high producing salesperson, you need to have the ability to get people to like you, trust you, think that you are looking out for their best interests. You need to come across as a professional, and then you need to make a connection with them. So these are the five things we teach in our five keys to magic, right?
Okay.
And all of those are about preparation before you even begin the sales process, right? So if I'm a professional, one of my number 4 is be a professional, then I understand my product, but I also understand my competition. Okay. Because if I'm, whatever it is I'm selling, if I don't understand what I'm selling against or who I'm selling against, then I'm just out here trying to schlep something without understanding really what's going on.
Yeah. You have to know what other options your client has.
Sure. And by the way, the second part of that is you need to make people like you and trust you and think you're looking out for the best interest, right?
Okay.
So we build when I do sales training for organizations, and in fact, my whole new online sales training courses that are coming out here in about a week or so, we go over what we call specific and general type scripting. And the specific scripting that we go over generally is the very first thing you do with a client or say to a client when you first see them. Because let me ask you a question. Do you know what, I call this the first objection in every sales process. The first objection is this: people don't like salespeople.
Yes.
Right. And it's not that they don't like them personally.
Right.
You might be a great person. You have parties, you take your kids out, you coach Little League, but when you put your sales hat on, people don't trust you. They don't trust you. And so if you're starting a relationship with somebody and you're the salesperson, then you need to understand that the minute they lay eyes on you or hear your voice, they don't trust anything coming out of your mouth.
That's right.
Because you're in sales, they don't trust you. And because they don't trust you, they don't think you're looking out for their best interests, and they generally tend not to like you. And it's really a product of it's not that they don't like you, it's that they're afraid of you. They're afraid of your magic salesperson voodoo that's going to make them do something they don't want to do.
Committing to something that's not going to be valuable.
Or it's overpriced. Or that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of you because they're afraid you have the ability to force them to do things they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that fear comes from the unknown of what you're going to say, what you're going to do, and what's going to happen next. And I always use this example. Lee, have you ever walked into a dark room? Everybody has, right?
Yeah.
And when you walk into a dark room, what do you instinctively do? You walk very slowly. You put one foot in front of the other. You've got your hands out because you're looking for things to run into.
Right.
And that is your client when you first start speaking to them. They're like walking into your dark room and they have no idea what's going to happen.
They don't know where they're going. They don't know where you're taking them.
That's exactly right. And so your job, simply put, is to turn the light on. And we do that by telling them what's going to happen next. I would say, Lee, listen, I understand you're looking to buy a camera, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in order for me to figure out what you need, I'm going to need to ask you a bunch of questions. And the answers to those questions will determine what type of camera we get, what type of lens we're going to need, what you're going to use it for. And once we make that determination, I'm going to run over the pricing on these cameras. I'm going to give you your options, and then I'm going to let you decide which camera you want to buy. Now, is that fair enough?
Yes.
Now, I've explained to you what's going to happen next. You now know. I'm going to ask you questions. And I'm then going to give you some pricing, and then I'm going to let you decide. I'm not going to sell you. And then I say, is that fair enough? And I get you to agree. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, if you're going to ask me questions, give me pricing, let me decide.
Yeah,
that's a fair
I'll answer
thing.
your questions. Yeah.
Right. I took away the unknown. I'm not going to try to sell you something. And now I, as a salesperson, get the opportunity to start what I call the fact finding, which is to start getting you to tell me everything you want, everything you need, everything you don't. I will get you to sell yourself simply by asking you the right questions. And that's what we call general scripting.